Okay. Hello, YouTube. This is Clay Robbins, and I've tried to make this video before, but then I was sitting here and talked for 7 minutes, and then I karate chopped my enter button, and then I realized there was no audio on the video anyway, so I was just wasting my time. And it sucks because I was pretty charming in that intro, but now I'm tired and I don't feel like being charming. And this is also a test, really, to make sure the audio works. But anyway, as you can tell from the video, my brother asked me to give my opinion on Halloween Ends. Uh, and I believe, first of all, I like it. Certainly has its problems. I think of it as the Jason X of Halloween films. And why do I say that? Well, I believe it was the Cinema Snob, Stone Gremlin Productions. And when he was talking about Halloween Ends, he mentioned, or no, when he was talking about Jason X in his review of that, how, okay, now we've set up Jason has this whole new planet to go to, and he can have all these new victims, and you can basically reboot the franchise. Well, nothing came of it. So they dropped the ball. And Halloween Ends. You had a great chance to reboot the franchise however you wanted. You had Allison and her friend set up in 2018, and you did such a good job of then having Michael kill off her friends, basically tortured her the same way she tortured her grandmother, Lori, all those years before in 78. And so then you have Allison and Lori, who have both had their lives torn apart. And then she even kills Lori's daughter and Allison's mother, just to solidify that link even further, uh, torturing them both very similarly by killing members of their family. And Allison lost her dad and her mom to this guy. And then Corey Cunningham scared me off when I heard it was going to be about him and how he accidentally kills a kid while babysitting and how he was going to be a love interest of Allison. And I'm thinking, oh, great. Here we go. They actually did a good job with his character. He was a lot more sympathetic than I thought he would be. And by the end, I was actually rooting for him to kill a lot of the people he did, like his bullies and that creepy doctor who was hitting on Michelle Dawson and going to sleep with her. Uh, and I think it took Michael a long time to get on screen. I didn't have a problem with that because I felt like it built anticipation. I mean, sure, it certainly wasn't perfect, but when he came on screen, I just wanted to cheer right there in the movie theater, like, oh, there he is. The main event, Michael's here. And then how he needed help with that first kill, but then when he dug the officer's throat, and then he's stabbing him, and then the homage to Christine, how he like sort of shakes back into place. I loved everything about it. Uh, then he gets more powerful. Uh, my brother has an analysis too that I really agree with on how Michael sort of let Corey overpower him when Corey takes his mask, uh, because you can tell how even the way he sits up afterwards, he's like, okay. And I didn't think of it this way, but he knew that Corey was going to lead him to Allison and to Lori. So he's like, okay, I'll let you take my mask. You do the work, and then I'll just follow you. Which I like how it shows Michael's sort of cunning side. Shows that he does have a working mind under there. Because I always think of Michael sort of like, soulless killing machine, who just sort of acts on impulse. But there, I mean, that's fucking plotting, and that makes it even creepier. That he knows when to pull back and when to show up, and then I think it proves it that when he twists Corey's neck at the end and finishes him off, that Corey wouldn't have overpowered him, even in his weakened state. But anyway, I digress. Uh, I liked my first video a lot better because I made links on how Allison and Laurie, they had their parallels. They were sort of each other's doppelganger, and the fact that Corey and Michael were each other's doppelganger, and then you, you have all this natural conflict, and Allison just wanting love, Corey just wanting to be accepted, but then uh, Laurie sees in Corey what she sees in Michael. I mean, to me, it's compelling. It's like, okay, but then the way they executed it at the end just sort of fell completely flat, and they really messed it up. Because they just, okay, they have Michael come in, finish Corey off after he stabs himself in the neck, so he's dead. All this new work you did to build up this new Michael, kaput. And then you have Laurie fight Michael for 5 minutes, and then he ends up going out with a whimper. Now, what I do like about the ending is I like how Allison and Laurie kill him together, because since he fucked up both of their lives in like a very similar way, and so then the two family members, granddaughter and grandmother, get to finish him off together. I really do like that part. Um, I think it was very fitting, and also, and I feel like it was set up nice in Halloween 2018 because Michael, when he's in the back seat of the cop car and he wakes up and Sartain's in the driver's seat, and then he has Allison next to him, he decides to kill Sartain first and lets Allison get away because he saw Sartain as the bigger threat. Well, I like how that decision all the way back there came back to then bite him in essence, because Allison coming back to save her grandma was what ended up finishing Michael off. Because otherwise, he could have taken Laurie out with him. Um, I'm also distracted by my tank top. I know that it's on backwards and it kind of makes it look like I'm a 90s Euro. I don't even know. But anyway, so if I stumble, I'm a little distracted too. And I also keep looking at my greasy hair. But I really wanted to get this video out. And if you would have even had Michael, or not Michael, but if you would have had like somebody grab Michael's mask at the end, or even it like disappear, something to show that, okay, it's going on. Because that, even Laurie, when she's writing her book and talks about how evil changes shape, you're setting it up with what you say and what you do about how, okay, Michael may be dead and, that haunting the town is gone, but evil's still there and it's going to change shape. But then nothing comes of it. You just have her and Hawkins going to look at the rosebuds or cherry blossoms. Yeah, the cherry blossoms. And it just, what? I don't know. There's going to be a TV series, I'm sure, what I keep hearing. But you could have rebooted the series with, like, say you wanted to have Corey be the new Michael. I would have been on board with that. If you would have, even somebody else. Like, even just leave the door open. Like, don't even say there's going to be another Michael. Could it have been Michael somehow surviving that? Make it ambiguous, but give us something. Like, okay, Halloween lives on. Even the town coming together and just sort of strapping Michael on the hood of the car, and Sheriff Draymond Green saying, this is how we work tonight, and killing Michael, the town coming together. It doesn't look like there's any evil left. The town sort of banded together and they killed Frankenstein, but so where does the evil go? If evil changes shape, what shape is it going to have next? I don't know. To me, it's just a wasted opportunity. So I think of it as the Jason X of the Halloween series. I still enjoyed it. I watched it on Peacock the night it came out, and then the next day in theaters with my family. I enjoyed it. My brother, he seemed to enjoy it. My dad hated it, as a lot of Halloween fans, a lot of Michael Myers fans did, and I understand that completely. Do I wish Michael was in it more? Absolutely. Do I wish he was more effective? Absolutely. The scenes we got with Michael, did I root hard for him and think that he was still okay? I can't say he was still Michael, but there were moments where he was still Michael. Uh, a lot of confusion. Michael's a human, but I mean he's able to have his hand like as it's cut or pinned down with a knife. He's able to just completely rip it out and then choke Lori to the point of death. Uh, he's able to survive for 4 months in a sewer. What was he eating down there? Rats and people. Uh, did he go 4 years without eating? I don't know. It makes no sense to me. But he's human. Uh, anyway, I'm going to end this before I ramble too much. I would like to know you guys' thoughts on the matter in the comments section. I plan on streaming a lot more and making shorts. I don't know exactly what of yet. If there's going to be more horror series, more football series. I plan on making a short. My next short is probably going to be showing off the new football cards that I'm going to get here in the next couple of days. There's one that I'm really excited about. Diamond Hand Cedric Tillman. I'll show that off. Anyway, thank you for watching. Everyone, have a good night.